Let's talk about foreign affairs, Evan, and start with a very parochial question. What about this so-called special relationship between Britain and America? Britain, as you know, is now, they passed Brexit. We're leaving the European Union. What does Joe Biden make of that? And how does he see Britain's place in the Western alliance, bearing in mind that he's obviously not going to be the sort of aggressive, bilateral, transactional actor that Donald Trump was for most of his presidency?
I think it is important to recognize that Joe Biden sees the world in fuller terms than Donald Trump did. I mean, obviously, Trump invested in his relationship with Boris Johnson in a way that Joe Biden does not envision. He has a very different view of Johnson. I think it's also important to recognize that Joe Biden has a good relationship with Angela Merkel. So not only is it likely that he'll have in the time that she has remaining in office, that it's natural for him to start off by reestablishing and rebuilding ties with Germany and with Europe. But I think it's also fundamental to remind ourselves that he is a believer in alliances as a concept and as a strategic matter. There is just no question that he believes the special relationship is an essential piece, a foundational piece of American security and of the credibility of the Western model. And he's not going to walk away from that. But he is going to be a more, I think he's going to be, there's no other word for it, a more sophisticated player than what Donald Trump was. And that's going to take some rebuilding. But I think one thing is for sure, the people who surround him and his foreign policy team have real relationships in the UK. And the notion that the Foreign Office is going to wake up and discover in the news, as it did in the case of Donald Trump, that the US is pulling troops out of Syria, that's not how things are going to work. You have practitioners in the Biden team who believe deeply in how foreign affairs should be conducted, and it should be conducted with our allies as closely as possible.